Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're all having a good day. Let's get some wins. Let's get some money going. I haven't been playing the last few days, and I've been under the weather a little bit, so I'm just trying to recover and play some DFS. So I'm going to talk through what I'm doing really quick, and then you guys can pop in questions, say what's up when you get on in there, and I'll go by each site real quick, sort of my ownerships. Pitching on DraftKings, I have 30% Gallon, 23% Gilbert, 28% Bayo. 18% Gonsolin, 15% Ryan, 20% Shit McClanahan, 25% Giolito, but he's not in my biggest buy-ins. And I am basically very spread out. I have 15%, closer to 20% of Cortez. And I have like 10% of Bryce Elder. So that's roughly what I'm doing at pitching. My stacks are pretty much similar if you guys watch the early show. I like Atlanta, Toronto, the Dodgers, St. Louis, but more as a mini stack because I'm having trouble getting them in because I like the other stacks better. But Toronto, Boston, Atlanta, the Dodgers are my top ones. I don't love the Dodger lineup, so I'm going to downgrade them a little bit, make more 4-mans, not as many 5-mans and 3-mans with them because I don't love the lineup quite as much as I did earlier, and there's a lot of good offenses tonight to choose from. Positions are going to have to do with who I'm stacking. I do have some little Minnesota mini stacks as well for value. Catchers, I've got 30% Alvarez. It's going to be a little lower. I have 25% Sean Murphy, 12% Vasquez, 10% Kirk, and I'm missing someone. Reese McGuire in stacks. First base, Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson are my two highest owned, followed by Vlad and Pete Alonso. Second base, I have Julian, almost 20%, Albies 20%, Betts 40%, but some of those are in the outfield, mostly at second base though. Gorman at about 20%. And third base, Matt Chapman, Eduardo Rivera is a value guy I'm using a little bit of, but not a ton. I don't mind Arizona. I'm just not getting to him as a stack. I don't mind taking that pieces. I really like Muncy and Vientos. And that's most of my third baseman. Shortstop, I have, I'm eating some of the Royce Lewis chalk stuff. It's fine. There's plenty of other places to get different, and he is minimum cost. You can play Ledmus Diaz for minimum cost in the same position. That's one thing you could do just immediately, and maybe you get 9 points instead of 4. That's you can take a shot there. I like Bo Bichette, Francisco Lindor. Those are my main shortstops. Outfield, Merrifield, some at second, some in the outfield. He and Varsho and Springer. Donovan and Burleson are both really cheap options and ways to get exposure to the St. Louis lineup. I like that. I like the Ozuna Pilar. I don't know if that lineup's come out yet, but assuming that they're in the lineup, I like both of them. Acuna obviously is a spend up. JD Martinez, Starling Marte. That's most of my DraftKings. On FanDuel, I'm using just McClanahan and Gallon, stacking whatever catcher for Atlanta, and then Boston and the Dodgers. That's basically what I'm doing. Have more guys like Cassis. I actually needed a little more value than I thought I would on FanDuel. Good job by pricing some guys more appropriately, I guess. But Kike Hernandez ended up playing more over there for some reason. We fit into my stacks well, and it made sense. That's pretty much it for me. Cool. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate I'm guessing the other graphics before the show, but glad they do. Guys, fire on any questions and thoughts. Not a whole lot to go through. Going to be a fun finals. We'll talk through that. I think I might max enter the first, one that's for $1 million, the $25 one. So I got a bunch of tickets and stuff for that. So I want to play pretty big for that one. We'll talk a little bit of NBA on Thursday when that comes up. We'll do baseball tomorrow morning and in the afternoon. / evening, depending on what coast you're on. And hopefully we'll have sheets coming. We'll be around for most of tomorrow. I know if you guys haven't been looking at, really make sure on the DraftKings players, check out Goldie's stuff. It's awesome. It's really, really great. His videos for one, but then the aggregated information throughout the industry, which are his projections, they're the most accurate in the industry. So I think you should check that out. Yeah, that's what I said. I said my FanDuel stacks, but same stacks for me. I like Boston, Toronto, the Dodgers, Atlanta. I like a lot of stacks today. I'm just not getting to all of them. I have more Mets than I thought I would end up with. I have more Cardinals, but not necessarily in stacks, more 3-man, 2-man, that kind of thing. But yeah, Oh, I do have. I forgot to mention. I did play one Ranger Suarez, actually 2 Ranger Suarez lineups. So wish me luck on that loss. It's just it's that crazy play that's going to make sense the one time it works. And I'd like to have some of it. I probably should have him a little bit more because I do feel like both he and Mikolas have a chance to have decent games and aren't going to be owned. Anyway. What's been up with you guys? Sorry, this is what happens after you get sick. It makes it harder to talk for longer periods of time all at once. So I don't have sheets here, so I'm stumbling along. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. But if you haven't liked, please hit the like button for us. We appreciate it. And I'm happy to answer any of your questions, guys. I don't have a whole lot else to go through with my plays, but I'm happy to discuss it. It's a very interesting slate. It occurred to me for a minute to maybe mass multi-enter, and I just didn't have the brain power right then. Because I did feel like this is the kind of slate where there's no like real chalk that you should be like afraid of. Like, I mean, it's very weird to see like no hitters projecting like above like 15%. That's bizarre. I mean, I don't remember seeing a slate like that in a while. So it's kind of cool to just be able to do what you want. And I think all of them, there's 15, whatever, however many games there are tonight. There's like literally like 15 teams that could make a good case for stacking. I like sticking with my guys because of it. Because there's not extreme chalk, I'm playing more of the chalkier lineups, but it's still not chalky enough to where I have to worry, I don't think. And like I said, with the pitching, I'm going to be under on Gallen on DraftKings, over on FanDuel, McClanahan over on FanDuel. Cortez, I'll be underweight. I'll be overweight. Gilbert underweight. Elder underweight. Minaya overweight. Gonsolin underweight. Senga overweight. Giolito overweight. Bello underweight. Kikuchi. I'm a little nervous about not having any Kikuchi lineups, but I might throw him into one just because I have that slight nervous feeling like I'm missing something here because maybe he's not the worst play. There's so many reasons statistically why it says to play him, and he's not going to get owned. I'm a little thinking about doing something with him in one. It's just he's got a ceiling. I don't know if I can pull that trigger, but I'm certainly considering it. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do it in one. You know what? I'll throw him in one medium-sized buy-in lineup, and maybe he makes us the nuts there. I don't like it enough. I don't know. I still think he's kind of interesting. Mostly heavy on Gallen. Yeah, I mean, look, I like everything makes sense for Gallen. I would say that it's good hitting weather there because they have the roof open. So that's one thing. Favorite Boston hitters? Well, I mean, it just depends on what kind of stacks you're building. So on FanDuel, like I think Yoshida is very reasonably priced. Tapia I would probably keep out unless I was playing at least 3 Bostons. I like who else do I like there? I like Kike actually on FanDuel. Cassis, Turner. I don't really have a huge bias towards any of them. It's not like these guys are monster hitters. They're playing in a good hitter's park. They hit well at home, and it's a good matchup. Look, the guy's been really good this year, or really has looked good at times. That pitcher for Cincinnati. I'm not necessarily buying it. He's just a journeyman, and maybe he found something, but I'm not going to buy it entirely. I don't think if I had one stack, Boston would not be my stack, but I wouldn't mind pieces of them in any stack. And they're definitely my top 4. I think I would have Toronto, Atlanta, the Dodgers, and the Mets and St. Louis all very close with those guys. St. Louis, it's only because I like Olsen and Freeman so much I couldn't stack as often because I like Goldschmidt, but I just preferred the other first baseman. All right, guys, keep firing anything on in. I'm going to be here for a few more minutes unless the questions dry up, and we will move on to hopefully winning some money tonight and get more active in the Discord. It's always weird in the summer. There's not as much activity going on. We do have an elevated golf event this week. I've already started doing some research on that. I'll drop my premium plays in the premium channel, and I'll show my early lineups or whatever in there. And yeah. Thank you to K9. Thank you to Rich B and everybody else who's watching. And for True DFS, I'm Bobby saying good luck tonight. And let's see the screenshots in the Discord. Good luck, everybody.